This is the Transformers Generations Studio Series number 54 from Transformers the movie Voyager class Megatron. And the first incarnation of Megatron in the Bayverse movieverse Transformers live action movies. Pretty neat. I picked up this figure at Hobby Corner. Let's get him out of packaging. And here is movie 1 Megatron out of packaging. And you know what? I am so impressed with this figure. Ever since they revealed Megatron in 2007 as looking like this for the movies, I was not a big fan. I honestly thought this was the worst kind of Megatron ever. Started improving. I started liking Megatron in Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, finally in The Last Night. But the first version of Megatron was always been my least favorite up until now. This Megatron is looking to be the best Megatron figure we'll have in the Studio Series line. Let me show you. Look at the detail of this figure. Tons of premium silver metallic finish all over this body. And look at this head sculpt. I mean, can it be any better than this? It's menacing. It's got some really cool details. He's got an open mouth. He's got those red beady eyes. I mean, this is Megatron. All right. Now he comes with very familiar diorama. You've obviously seen this, you know, Ironhide, Starscream and whatnot. So I'm not going to dwell too much about it. But yeah, look at this. And the way the figure's been made, it's very stable. This is the first thing I noticed about it. You can get him in a lot of poses despite not having a waist swivel. The reason he's able to hold this pose is you can use the rear heel spurs and all that, but you don't have to. That's what's really interesting. Each foot is equipped with this extra heel spur. It's like a hidden heel spur that allows you to actually pose him on his toes. And I kid you not, look at this. And for me, for a guy who really loves posing his figures, this is probably the best feature of the figure. Look at that. He's on his toes and you can still stand him up. Pretty neat. So, great paint apps, great finish. Fantastic sculpt. I love the sculpt on this figure. The only thing really missing in this figure is his ability to make that, and he claps, and then this whole arm transforms into that big weapon. That's the only thing missing there. He doesn't have a blaster or anything like that because that was his blaster. He does, however, come with this. This is probably the worst thing about this figure, if at all. You plug it in here, and it becomes that melee weapon that, I don't know, was it a Morning Star or a ball and chain? A flail, I guess. But it doesn't really do it. It's made of soft PVC material, but not soft enough as you can do it. So yeah, it kind of sucks. This is a fail for me. I'm not really. I would have wished that they'd given him that extra piece so you could literally do this and combine his hands, much like the Masterpiece line, and transform that into his gun. That would have made this figure super perfect. Okay. Articulation for the figure. He's got a ball jointed neck that is on a hinge. No waist or torso articulation. He's got arms that go outward, forwards and back. Bicep swivel, hinge elbow, 90-degree bend. Wrists that go in and out because of transformation. He's got ball hinge hips, slightly hindered by the kibble. Thigh swivel, hinge knees because of transformation, and ankle rockers. This was not necessary for transformation, but they added it anyway, so kudos to Hasbro for that. So wow, super impressed with this figure. All right, so let's do some size comparisons. Here he is with the two Revenge of the Fallen Voyager class Megatron figures. As you can see, the uncanny resemblance of their chest I think Hasbro repurposed the chest they used for the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron for this one. And just so you can see the scale of this Transformers the movie Megatron, here is with the Voyager class Starscream. It's not the correct one. This is the Revenge of the Fallen Starscream, but he was already out of packaging, so I used him. And Dark of the Moon Leader class Megatron. And just so you can see the evolution of the Megatron head sculpt from one movie to another, you get to see the first appearance. We see him this way, all full-faced, full body, and then his face got a little smaller. Right here, he got a little bit older. And finally, here he is with his nemesis, Optimus Prime. This is the Transformers the Movie 1, number 32, Voyager class Optimus Prime. And of course, Jazz, Deluxe class Jazz, which he rips into two and ultimately kills in the first movie. Alright, so let's transform Movie 1 Megatron into his Cybertronian spaceship alt mode. Move the weapon off there to the side. The transformation is actually quite involved, but it's actually very satisfying once you finish transforming into alt mode. So let's get started. Fold the arms this way. Pretty cool. Detach the backpack from these pegs right here. There. All right, and then you're going to unfold the nose cone of the jet. Like this. I love how they've compressed the nose cone. Instead of just hanging at the back, like what most of the Transformers in the movie line have been doing. That engineering is really nice. Okay, just keep it there. Okay, shoulders, what you want to do. You want to swivel this gray bit right here. This gray piece right here, you want to swivel it first. Don't swivel the arms yet. Just swivel that gray flat piece right there. Okay. Then what you want to do is you want to fold. I want to fold up the arms like that. And then what you want to do is you want to fold these shoulder pieces all the way down here and keep the arms diagonal right there. But don't put it all the way in. Just give a little bit, a couple millimeters clearance for that neck joint. Okay. Now the instructions just say to turn the head around and just do that. Okay. But what they don't say is that this piece right here, this neck is on a double hinge. The bigger hinge at the bottom, you need to fold it all the way in like that. Make sure it's all the way in so that the neck or the head goes all the way down. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you're not going to be able to clear that nose cone. That nose cone is going to be bumping that head if you don't put it all the way in. So it's not that difficult. Just the instructions never mentioned it or anything like that. And then these points right here, you see those slots right there. The instructions were very clear to just tab them into these tabs, but right now they're just on friction joints. They don't really tab into anything. The left arm tabs okay, but the left arm's okay. Right arm is, on my copy, it just doesn't want to tab in. But not to worry. Once you fold everything up, the legs and all that, that thing's gonna stay in place right there. Actually, if you just push it hard enough, it will stay, but it will pop off sooner or later. Okay, on to the feet. The heel spur, you just fold it this way for now. Okay, fold the toes downwards a little bit. Okay, and then the instructions tell you to just go ahead and unfold this whole wing assembly right here on the leg. What it doesn't tell you is you got to snap out these pegs that's locking that wing assembly right there. So be careful with that. And then what it doesn't tell you again is you can't just unfold it right now. You're going to break it. So what you want to do is you want to detach that tab right there like what I did. Just detach it like this. You can go ahead and fold these a little bit. And then you can go ahead and unfurl that whole wing assembly like that. Okay? Fold it like this. Okay, that's the easiest way I know, without risking ruining any of the pieces. Because if you just do it this way, it feels tight, but you're gonna unfold it anyway. So that way there's more clearance, like that. Fold it all the way here parallel. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it too much. It's gonna tab in somewhere in there, so everything's gonna line up. Same as these. Okay. All right. At this point, you want to just tab these. These are gonna tab in right there. The instructions don't tell you to do so, but I think it's better if you do it now. Bend the knee like this and just tab these two are going to join together to form the tail fin. So I think it's better if you do it this way so that there's enough clearance for you to rotate the legs up here. Now, the instructions already tell you to unfold the wing assembly. Okay, that's cool, but I think the best thing we can do now is to fold, because if you unfold the wing, it's a whole bunch of lower leg that you have to mitigate or to negotiate just folding it in. So at this point, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and fold that entire leg assembly right here. And as you can see from this angle, there's a groove right there. That's going to fit in right here in this peg. And then there is a notch right there. It's going to fit into that peg right there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay. The same here. Okay. And clip that peg. Don't worry about the wings. The wings are going to be fine. Okay. Okay. And then just clip right there. Right there. Okay. And that will firmly secure the arms that I was telling you about, the looseness. So it's that when you tab everything in, this right arm stays in place. Okay. And then this, just tab it together, and you got that tail fin ready right there. Okay. So it helps if you've already tabbed in those tail fins before you fold that whole leg assembly. And there. Okay. And then these heel spurs, make sure that the rocker ankles are firmly flat. They've got some peg holes right there. I don't know if you can see it. Right there, peg holes right there. You're gonna peg in right here. Okay, it's a lot of complicated tabbing here and there and all that, but trust me, it is a very, very satisfying transformation once you're done with it. Okay, and now on to my favorite part of the transformation, which is really the wings. I thought this was very ingenious, and it was amazing how they've compressed that entire wingspan onto those legs of Megatron. Just fold it, very nice, easy peasy right there. Okay, fold the tips up like this, fold the tips up like that. Okay, and these pieces, you want to go ahead and fold out this way. Instructions tell you to fold out all the way down like that. Yeah, sure, you could do that, but I think what you should do is just fold it halfway through folding that second joint, fold out or twist out the last digit right there. And what's going to happen is this joint right here is going to pop up a little bit, just enough for you to position this strut piece diagonally and tab onto that tail end, that wing tip. Okay, so do the same here. Fold it like that and like that. Yeah, this one, if you wanted to, you could place it right here. That's what the instructions say. It's kind of weird. Sorry, arms, just angle them properly like that so that they're facing, everything's parallel to the nose cone. Yeah, you could put the ball and chain right there, but it kind of ruins the whole aesthetic, the whole silhouette. So let's just leave it off somewhere. Okay, so here he is. It's a lot of gray and silver. And if you ask me, in my opinion, it feels like it has a lot of premium silver paint apps or finish to it, like this. Look at that. Look how shiny that thing is. Camera is not doing it justice, but it is really, really remarkable. I really like this alt mode. This is probably the very first movie 1 Megatron that I am just really, really impressed with. Look at how awesome this alt mode is. And he escapes Sector 7. Really nice. Now, for size comparison, here is another Voyager class figure I have. This is Voyager class, or leader, my bad, leader class packaging Voyager class Siege Astro Train. It is a Voyager class figure that's packed in leader class. So they're both Voyager class figures, but yeah, just to give you an idea of scale. Okay, so pretty neat. Find the cube, Decepticons. And so some final thoughts on this figure. I love it. I'm very, very surprised I'm saying this about a Movie 1 Megatron. For a figure that I absolutely lack so much interest for, I am hooked on this figure. And dare I say, this could be the best Studio Series Megatron we've had in a long while. I'm pretty sure once they release the Last Night Megatron for this line, the Studio Series line, that's going to be epic. But for now, we have the best looking Voyager class Megatron for the movie line, and the best Megatron figure for the Studio Series. I love it. I love the pinaps. I love the detail. I love the sculpt. Transformation was absolutely amazing. The alt mode was just gorgeous. And like I said, this figure could be any more perfect had they put that main gun accessory. But even without it, I am so loving it. So if you're a big fan of the Studio Series, you love this scale, and you love Megatron, this is an absolute must-have. Best of luck to everybody hunting him down. I judged this figure way too quickly. I do apologize for that, but now I'm loving it. So give praise, give credit where credit's due. Hasbro and Takara Tomy nailed it with this figure. 10 out of 10 for me. So there you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this little video review. If you did, please let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this new Studio Series Megatron from Transformers the movie. I hope you liked it as much as I did. Click that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. This has been the Transformers Generations Studio Series number 54 from the Transformers the movie Voyager class Megatron. Thanks for watching.